Hello and welcome back to the worst show on the entire internet, AURAM'S FORUM. God, this show's terrible. I don't want to explain it. I've been criticized recently by myself. We're talking about comic book shorts and movies today, trying to make it quick. My name's AURAM. This show is about my opinions on things. It's like my soapbox. Don't expect any actual criticism or factual good analysis here. It's just a young boy talking about his young opinions in a young world. Well, the world's pretty old, but regardless, we're talking about comic book movie. Does that say shots? Oh no, it says shorts. Okay, it's supposed to say shorts, but the R is kind of just like a leaning tower of Pisa, so it's comic book movie shorts. There's a little boy on there. It's supposed to be Deadpool, but it kind of, I forgot what Deadpool looked like, so it kind of just looks like, I don't know, an angry man with fairy wings and an X. It's Angel. It's Angel. That's Angel. Right, so comic book movie shorts, what does that mean? And why is Deadpool or Angel on the board? Well, let's get into it. I keep thinking there's gonna be a bumper. There's no bumper. The bumper already happened. Anyway. Comic books! So, you remember when you went to see Logan, and at the top of Logan there was that fun little Deadpool thing where there was a guy getting beat up, and then he went into a phone, Ryan Reynolds went into a phone booth to change into the Deadpool costume, and he's just changing the whole time while the guy's getting beat up, but he's dead by the time he gets out, and then it's like, Deadpool 2, baby! Well, that. I want more of that, basically. For more examples of it, look at Pixar movies, or a lot of animated films nowadays. They have the little, less budgeted, smaller creative team, little animated shorts in front of them that win just so many awards, because they're always incredibly well done. And remember the I don't remember what movie it was in front of, but remember the one with the crab, or it was a beach, and just the particle effects in it were fucking incredible. Like, I know this is something that Pixar, I'm going off on a weird tangent here, AURAM'S FORUM. I know this is something that Pixar does a lot, or used to. I mean, they've perfected the technology nowadays, but like in each movie they were testing a specific technology in 3D animation to see if they could, like, blow your goddamn mind. Like with Monsters Inc. it was fur, with Finding Nemo it was like scales and textures, and I guess water physics as well. And they're always up in their game. I guess they kind of have nailed it now, but I wonder if that short, the reason I mentioned it is because I wonder if that short with the beach and the particles was to test how far they could push particle effects at the time, which, whew, boy, that thing was beautiful. I think there was a bird involved, and a little crabby, or it was a turtle or something, I don't know. They're always like really sad and charming at the same time, and always deliver a point, but that's just Pixar in general. So anyway, yeah, so those shorts like that, where you have just a little fun, self-contained kind of story attached to the beginning of a big feature Hollywood film. For example, Marvel's been doing it for a while, but they don't tell nobody about it. They also kind of stopped. Anyway, one-shots. Marvel has their one-shot series. We've gotten one with Agent Carter before her show happened. We got one with, after Avengers, it was the couple who found a Chitauri gun and started using it for their own personal gain, but then they got scooped up by S.H.I.E.L.D. or something. There was one with the Mandarin, like the actual Mandarin, because people were mad that in Iron Man 3 they kind of treated the Mandarin like trash, which, but then they were like, oh, but there's a real Mandarin, maybe he does have the rings, even though, come on guys, the Mandarin's not that great of a villain. Everyone's like, the Mandarin is Iron Man's nemesis. Iron Man doesn't have a nemesis. Iron Man's nemesis is alcoholism. However la-di-da that sounds, that's the truth. That's Iron Man's nemesis is himself. Sorry. Spider-Man's nemesis, maybe it's Dr. Octopus, maybe it's Green Goblin, depends on who you talk to. For me, Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus. So anyway, the point here is Marvel has one-shots where they're like short films essentially featuring smaller characters or just smaller scenarios. Like another one is, I forget, I think it was attached to Thor or something. They would come out on DVDs, on the like special features of the Blu-ray or the DVD when that came out. They weren't put before the movies, but they were little small short film style things that would just tell like a smaller story. Like the one I started mentioning about Coulson is just like in a convenience store and some guys come in and rob it, and he's like, look at me, I'm a bald baby big boy bibbity bop, and then he beats them all up. Coulson's not bald. He's almost there though. Balding baby balding boy. I don't like that one. That's not a good one. You're not called that. So yeah, Marvel's one-shots were a lot of fun because they were basically what I want. The comic book movie shorts, basically. They're just shorts that would allow us to look at characters who aren't going to show up in a TV show or a Netflix show, or aren't gonna, like, they don't deserve, not really deserve, they couldn't support their own, like, full film. I mean, even in that case, they could also just be pitched, or, I mean, sorry, I'm getting a million ideas while I talk about this. I'm going to try and structure them. So, from like a business perspective, to take this from like a business angle of why would the big Hollywood companies, why would Marvel Studios or Warner Brothers or anything that's making a comic book movie, why would they want to do a short? Well, you could use it as a way to pitch a TV show or just see character interest in a certain character, not character interest, just interest in another character, and see if they would do well, either with a revival in the comics, or giving them a TV show, or bringing them to a movie, or doing anything. Case in point, I don't know if this was the reason, but Agent Carter, after Captain America, I don't think it was attached to Captain America. Maybe it was. Who knows? But Agent Carter's one shot, I guarantee you that had something to do with her TV show being a thing. Because people loved that. I mean, I loved it. I assume. You can't really tell if it did well, because they're not standalone releases. The only thing that they can be judged on is, like, awards. Because people aren't buying the DVDs and the Blu-rays for the one-shots. They're buying them for the actual movie. And then, oh, hey, there's a one-shot included. There's no way to, even if you are, there's no way to tell. There's no, unless we asked every single person who bought Avengers on DVD, no, that's not going to happen. Anyway, I don't know why I'm explaining that. So yeah, it could be good from a business perspective. You could even, if Marvel Comics and Marvel Studios wanted to get together and be like, hey, let's play ball and help each other out once and forever, you could give, like, I don't know, Spider-Woman a short. Don't, for reasons I've explained in the past, but you could do that and gauge interest in her character in the comics, or just revive interest in her character so that she can have a comic book back. Just help characters that they want to keep around that might have dwindling sales, or characters that, I don't know, a writer, or a character that's going to come back soon, or there's a whole bunch of different marketing strategies they could do to, I don't know, intertwine and help people out. Give us a Squirrel Girl short. I don't want that, but I feel like that would be good. That would work. That's a good example. How about a Vision short? He's in the movies, but he's, you know what I mean? How about a Vision short based on Tom King's Vision? That would be incredible. I kind of want to, no, I don't know if I want a movie on that. That's a whole different discussion. But yeah, there are endless possibilities you could do here. Just like smaller characters. Like, you know how they have backups in comics sometimes? Do that. But, you know, at the start of a movie. Like, in the New 52 Justice League, Shazam had a backup where it was telling just, like, his origin story, his new origin story, and his first adventure. You could do that in a little short. Do origin stories in shorts now. That'd be cool. Just have, I don't know, Moon Knight. He should have a Netflix series, but you could have, like, Moon Knight just beating some dudes up. And people are like, whoa, who's this guy? Moon Knight? Whoa, dude, look at this white man and a masked man. I don't know. It depends on the personality. Regardless, they'd go crazy because it's Moon Knight, and you can he walks out on the street He says, "Hello, ma'am. I'm Moon Knight. Nice to meet you." And then another version of him walks out and says, "Hello, ma'am. I'm Mark Spector. Nice to meet you." And then that's the whole short. No. But the point is, you would see that and you'd be like, "Oh, cool. I want more of that." And then they can make a Netflix show out of it or something. Or it would just be cool standalone by itself. Give, like, I'm going a little bit too big with the super. I want more superhero ones, but even like smaller, just no-name character ones would be cool. Like the series Marvels by, I think, Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross. That is totally from the perspective of, I think, Failuric is the main character of that. That would be a fun short, just to see a reporter, everyday reporter, looking at stuff. I don't know, give J. Jonah Jameson his own short. That'd be fun. It's just him in the Daily Bugle, and maybe at the end Tom Holland comes in and is like, "Sorry, I'm late. Spider-Man 2. You could another business thing. You could also use it to set up future films. Instead of doing like it's like a post-credits before. It's like a before movie. We got post-credits, and we've got, I guess technically it is before credits, but also literally everything else in the movie is before credits. So you call it way before credits. That's what you call it. You have post credits, mid credits, and just way before credits. That's what I'll name these. This is something I'm going to talk about in a future episode of AURAM'S Forum about decompression storytelling and the idea of just having superheroes be themselves and not fight anything. But you could have a lot more stuff like that. Like, remember in Age of Ultron, the party scene where they're all just standing around trying to lift Thor's hammer? Absolutely perfect short. You cut that out before, and you stop it before Ultron comes in and give it its own resolution, like just some punchline to end it on. Put that before a movie. It's probably way too expensive to actually be a short because of all the actors there, but you see what I mean. It could just be an exchange between two characters. You could have Hawkeye and Black Widow just having lunch together, just having a good time, you know? There are endless possibilities. You could introduce characters, you could give more insight into other characters, you could just do like a real big comic book homage in a certain thing. Like, what if there's an alternate universe where the Defenders are the movie people instead of the Avengers, and you have Luke Cage and Jessica Jones together. You could have that whole scene from the comics where they're trying to look for a babysitter as a short. Again, probably too expensive because there's a whole lot of characters in that short, but just small scenes like that could be put in short form before a comic book movie. I'm giving a lot of Marvel examples, but again, that's just because that's more so what I know. I'll try and think of some DC examples, okay? You could have a Batman short where they're just chilling in the Batcave, or don't even have like Batman in it. Just have one of the Robins just like hanging out, playing a game or something, and then Alfred comes down. Or just have an Alfred short. There you go, that's perfect. Have an Alfred short where he's just, oh, I would love to see this. It's just nothing interesting. It's just Alfred doing his like daily routine in Wayne Manor, drawing a bath for Bruce, making him some sandwiches, going over here, checking his email, polishing his glasses, making sure his comb over's just right. I would watch the shit out of that. Also, side note, why Batman v Superman Alfred? Why? You could take that same formula and apply it to Superman and the Fortress of Solitude. Just, doesn't he have like a little robot that floats around in there? His daily routine. What does he go through day to day in the Fortress of Solitude? Maybe have Superman. What does Superman do on his day off? Literally, that's the sentence for every short. What does insert character here do on their day off? Make 1,000,000 of those. DC, Marvel, Valiant, other comic book companies. Make those. That'd be, oh god, I would watch every single one of those. Just make that as a series. You could have the Flash's day off where everything goes to shit because he's the Flash. Remember that comic? That's, I don't know, it came out like 4 months ago. It's not like I'm pulling back into the archives for that one. tie it back into something I said earlier. You could show the Flash's origin as a short, because we're obviously in the current DC extended universe, even though that's a fucking nightmare in and of itself right now. If they were going forward with it being a shared thing like the Marvel universe, which they're not, come on guys, the Flash he's already the Flash. Barry Allen's already the Flash in Justice League, so we're not gonna see his origin. I know you're like, we don't need to see origins, but if they're like short, if they're 3 or 4 minutes, probably longer than that, like 5 to 10 minutes, it's just his origin. Maybe a quick cut, like first 2 minutes, hit by the lightning. The next 2 minutes, he's training. 2 minutes after that, he gets the suit, beats his first bad guy, the Flash. Or maybe he just does something silly. You just see a funny tale of the Flash. I feel like shorts, it's strange because whenever I think superhero short, they're always funny in my head, but a lot of these shorts, like the Pixar ones, are always sad or happy. Those are polar opposites. You know what I mean? They're cute and happy, but underlying tone is that they're real depressing and sad. Maybe we get that with like a Cyborg, but he doesn't talk. Could have a Cyborg short where he's just in the Watchtower. Oh, that'd be real. Ooh, somebody write that comic. Cyborg, but like he's in the Watchtower and he's so detached from everyone, and it's just his inner monologue of him like being real fucking depressed because he's less than human and never wanted to be that way, and nobody likes him because he's just a cyborg. Take that idea, DC. Don't need to pay me. Actually, please pay me royalties for that. I would really appreciate that. Or just do it. That's also fine. I'm not gonna sue. I don't think I can sue. Well, if I can prove that you watched this video, I might be able to. I'm talking to all of DC right now. All of DC is sitting over there. Like, the entire staff is over there in my studio audience. Speak up, guys.
OMG,
Hello,
since I noticed me.
Alright, cool. So yeah, that's basically what I have to say. I tried to give as many examples as I could, just off the top of my head, to get kind of your gears spinning, to get you on board with what I'm trying to say here. I hope I made sense in this idea, trying to get that across. I'm sure you knew what I meant. I just want little fun things before comic book movies. They don't really even necessarily have to be before comic book movies. That's just how I would like to see them released. If we just got more of Marvel one-shots, like they haven't done them in forever. If we just got more of those, that's what I want. I would prefer them to be released along with other movies, because then more people would see them, is kind of the point. Be better for business, probably, because you're not just spending a bunch of money on nothing and then hiding it away in a DVD release. You're putting it at the forefront. It's basically a trailer right before the movie. So anyway, that's AURAM'S Forum, the worst show on the internet. That's our tagline now. Used to be yelling at the... We never really had a tagline. The playlist says something to the effect of me yelling at a camera about the comic book industry, but I don't always talk about the comic book industry, so I don't know, the worst show on the internet's pretty great. How many people do you think have used that tagline? Anyway, this is a completely different tangent. Thanks for watching. Here's my Twitter. Here's Andrew's Twitter, one of the editors. Here's Julie's Twitter, the other editor. They're great. I don't know if I think my hand was off frame there. It might not be. Who knows? If my hand was off frame when I mentioned Julie's Twitter, put it over my face. Just because I don't want her Twitter to be off frame, you know? Anyway. Well, that's it for this one, boys and girls. Next week, we're going to talk about something. I can't say next week anymore because I never did that. Why do I keep thinking that I've done things on this show, like as a format thing, but I absolutely have not? It's probably because I haven't filmed any of this in a while. Either way, soon we're going to have a fancy-ass camera. You're going to see every pore. The camera's about to die. I'm going to go now. Bye.